So I'm just catching up on some stuff, and here's a few things that I noticed. So Lucanus is now hardened. That's what this like eyeball means. So he can't do this anymore. But that increases some other skills. So I think that's so wild that we can do something like that so early in the game. So I think it's interesting that this is a letter from Solus to Gillenane saying, like, you're not a god. What? The interesting part is at the end. I know why. I hope you gain peace with Andruel. You would not be the first to sacrifice your morals for love. I don't think in the lore we thought that Andruel was with Gillenane. We thought Andruel was with someone else, but I don't remember who, so maybe I am misremembering that. But that's interesting. So, yeah. Let's go recruit our next companions. And then I will happily deal with whatever problems there are in the world. I just want my full party.
This is it. But no sign of the professor.
I hope he's here and that he doesn't mind us disturbing him. He is a senior necromancer. I don't... Oh!
Kind of horrifying in a way.
Surprise? Any trouble with the lift? Our last guests were stuck for hours. Poor souls. Oh. Professor Emmerich Volkari of the Morn Watch.
Hello, Professor.
Morn Watch.
We've never met, well, in person, but I've been writing to you.
Belara, my dear girl, what a pleasure. Surely you didn't come all this way just to see me.
Actually, we did. You see,
They're so cute.
we need a Fade expert.
I'm Rob.
Charmed.
I like that bit with the flaming skull.
It's nothing, really. Just an evocation of the flame of the last steps.
Looks great.
Thank you. You know, I'm never quite sure how these spells strike someone from outside Navarra. I'd be pleased to continue our conversation after I tend to some small business here. I must investigate. Would you two mind accompanying me further into the shrouded halls?
Toward that screaming?
Something's gone awry in this part of the necropolis, Rook. The dead stir more easily than they should.
So, Belara's just gonna hang out.
Are these warts?
Indeed they are. But what's caused the aphotic needles to fall into a slumber?
Oh, I'm pretty handy with artifacts. I can take a look.
That would be good of you, Belara. Your friends and I will press on.
Right, Professor. Good luck.
I actually kind of like that we get them, our companions, like right away. And then we head off on a little adventure.
Strange. These halls should be under the protection of the bell.
Also, Navarra is fucking weird, man. Like,
Is that a despair demon?
Fascinating, isn't it? They shouldn't be able to breach the shrouded halls at all.
Take your word for it.
parademons were bad enough in Inquisition, like. I changed my rune, so.
It's vital we discover why that spirit manifested here.
Lead the way, Professor.
Yeah, Navarra has way different customs for things than other countries in Thedas. Death being the most noticeable. Are there Venatori here? Like what?
Someone's barred the door and chained the sunken star.
There's undead here.
We may need to defend ourselves depending on their condition.
I wasn't sure if the
Undead in a while.
There's no reaching these. They're mindless. So you can't control them. I'm afraid sometimes the weaker dead work themselves into frenzy. Good things.
Yeah, I thought the Venatori were the ones doing that red lyrium stuff, but
My job's done. Your
oh
turn.
my god. Please hit something, Rick.
I must free that bell.
Need some help?
Thank you. The star, the bell, can banish these despair spirits if we unchain it.
Bell? Oh.
We'll need a wisp to unseal the doors leading out. Could you please find one and bring it here?
Okay. How?
Give your greetings, and the wisp will follow.
Wait, what? I wasn't listening.
Hello.
Wisps are the simplest of spirits, but quite helpful. Bring the wisp here, and we can unseal the doors.
Doors open. Where to now?
This should lead us to the upper chambers, where we can free the bell. There's someone I'd like to consult with on the way.
Oh my god.
So, Professor,
Just Emily, please.
you weren't that surprised we need a fate expert.
The spirits talk. Even the simplest have been clamoring about chaos in the Fade. Someone coming to consult wasn't an if so much as a
Save that.
Out of the range. your turn.
Good work!
Got through that. Got company.
I think I've looted everything. I didn't see a wisp anywhere.
Chilly in here. Care to see the demon?
Echoes of the despair spirits, misery devouring itself. We should keep our distance. If provoked, these manifestations will shatter.
I like this music.
Here we go.
Where'd the other one go?
Not too bad.
That did not get me a wisp. I thought it would get me a wisp.
All yours, Emmerich. Nice move.
Okay, now what? I haven't seen any
Excellent.
wisps anywhere.
All safe?
There are no wisps in this room. What? Oh my god. Well, any idea where we can find some fucking wisps? Because I need like 4 of them.
Can't do this without a wisp.
Well, where are they?
This is locked too. I didn't see any wisps around.
Then I shall call for aid. They've answered. We'll need to guide the wisps who've just arrived to the door.
Which door? Several different doors.
Those wisps really came just because you asked.
They care for us, Rook. Our ever-loyal friends amongst the dead.
Here's our second wisp.
At least they don't follow us around without asking.
Would you like them to accompany us?
I'm good.
There's the last wisp.
Good. Let's return to the door. Well done. Past these chambers, we'll find some assistance with reaching the bell. Despair is far more pervasive than I'd thought. We must stop who's ever drawing these spirits here, Rook.
You think of... persons behind all the despair demons?
Oh yes. Mortals are their prime attraction.
About to have a problem.
Oh no. I thought that was shallow.
Got us from a distance. Finale.
Where the hell?
They attack from afar! We're under fire! Quickly!
We're under fire. Look out. Another setup. We're under fire.
Eyeball.
How do we get rid of all these despair demons?
Their source is near the bell you saw earlier. Ringing it will banish them, but we must find who lured them there in the first place. Tell me, Rook, where are you from?
Ravain. Lords of Fortune took me in.
The famous treasure seekers to the north? You must tell me about your journeys once we're above ground. Here we are. This is where we'll learn who summoned these despair spirits.
But how?
You must open yourself to possibilities while in the necropolis. Would you mind lighting those braziers, Rook? This should unseal our final pass to the bell. It's best we unchain it quickly.
Right. Then what?
The sunken star will drive away despair. Any malicious spirit that hears the tolling of the bell will be banished to the Fae.
Handy. Could use a few of those for back home.
I understood Tevinter to be experienced in dealing with malign manifestations.
Oh, we are. You have to be when blood magic attracts them. Or some cultist decides to summon something on purpose. I'll take any help I can get.
Excellent. Approach the body and we'll begin. By seal and flame, who brought despair in our midst? Despair! Who brought it here?
But who? Venatori
Venatori.
is not a person.
Of course.
It's a group.
This way, please.
What did you just do?
The colloquial term is corpse whispering, a gift that manifested with my magic.
Well, there's some luck for you.
Honestly, I've no idea how the other Watchers navigate the necropolis without it.
Think I hear someone.
This map is useless. We wasted 3 slaves in those traps. If that Hand of Glory burns down...
So don't dawdle!
Found the Venatori.
They have no place in these halls.
Just grave robbers.
Look at that.
What's that? Die already. Fuck. Help. I'm not gonna get killed by some fuck-ass Venator. Get out of here. Damn it. Can you guys, like, do something, please? Come on. This strategy is not too bad for, like, large enemies that telegraph their attacks, but, like, I have to, like, be up in their faces for this fight.
Got things ready.
Got us at range. Watch it.
A solid blow.
What are the Venatori after? Gold? Artifacts?
Raw magic. Their first envoys were obsessed with gathering power for some new masters.
Ah, I'll fill you in on them later.
Well fought, Rook.
Well, down one more despair demon. That's the last of them.
I see someone by the crates.
I don't think they're Venatori. This looks interesting.
A spirit labyrinth? I didn't know they'd learned to make miniature ones in Tevinter.
What the fuck? Gone to the upper chambers to investigate a noise. With luck, it's only one of those lumbering Navarran corpses. What a sight! Throw my body to the flames like we do with the rest of the civilized world.
Hello? Did the Venatori bring you here?
They said I'd spilled the wine too many times. That I'd be a better sacrifice than slave.
You are in Navarra, sir. There are no slaves on our soil. Please remain here. After we've seen to the rest of the Venatori, I'll send for someone to escort you above.
Oh, all right.
Those Venatori dragged that man down here just to die.
The Watchers will shelter him. We'll inquire if he has any family in Minrathous.
You might know someone who can help with that.
Do you, madam? We'd be grateful. As for the Venatori, what remains of them will be put to work. The Sunken Star can help us if we break the Venatori's chains.
Right.
We probably won't have to fight any of them along the way, right?
There's one chain.
Excellent.
Damn, seriously?
Kill them all, but
Got it.
out!
We cannot fail our god! Finish them quickly!
Something's ready. Got through that.
Bring our wills together!
Oh my god.
Finale moves yours. My job's done. Your turn.
Ah, well done.
That's the last chain.
We must return to the lower level to ring the bell. Be ready. The ritual to wake the bell will draw Despair's attention.
And any more Venatori.
I'll need you to keep them occupied while I work.
There's the Venatori.
I didn't do that.
Well struck, Rook!
I am blessed. How are we doing, Emmerich?
The bell is slowly waking.
Venatori brought demons.
Typical of them.
Now hit. We've got a rage demon.
To be our first for the game.
Got the setup, you can rest.
Good. That does not look like the rage demons from the previous games. Oh my god. I'm trying to throw my shield. That thing. Okay, now what? We're still fighting this thing. Oh my god.
Well, look at that. No more despair, demons.
Pretty impressive.
Thank you, but come, let's ensure these cultists didn't leave anything dangerous behind. I'll ask our attendants to gather their bodies later, of course.
And this is a severed hand.
It can't be. A hand of glory? The Venatori should never have this. I must find out where it came from. Let me know when you'd like to return to the chambers above.
Let's get back to the lighthouse.
You can tell me why you've sought out a Fade expert on the way?
I know it's a lot, but I swear we've seen the blighted elven gods ourselves.
It would explain recent oniric disruptions.
At the least, the implications of what Rook's witnessed are... Ah, thank you, Manfred.
No one ever brings me tea after I slog through a haunted crypt.
My assistant, Manfred. Always thoughtful.
You spoke of danger to the Fade.
I can't with
Elven
this guy.
gods plan to
What
tear
the
it
fuck?
wide open to get to the blight. And they've already messed with it. Demons,
We're
tears,
just,
and
nobody's questioning
Our team
this.
needs a Fade expert.
Many Watchers never depart Navara. But with events so dire...
I'd be delighted to assist.
It has been many years since you left us.
Well, yes, but elven gods, ancient magics. I couldn't bear miss this. Besides, I've spent my life exploring the Fade and speaking to spirits. If Rook needs an expert, none are better qualified than I.
Honestly, like, the best bit would be, like, he's just something completely out of left field. I mean, his name's fucking Vorgoth. He speaks in capital letters. What is he? But no one ever addresses it. He's just Vorgoth, guys.
Only if your assistant's coming.
Manfred? But of course.
Welcome aboard.
Wonderful. I'll gather my things. Come, Manfred.
I'm sure somebody out there knows what the hell Vorgoth is, but I don't.
The Grand Necropolis was at peace again, and Emmerich was off to a new adventure. But in Navara, nothing stays down for long. The Venatori had unearthed something no one should have, and delivered it to the worst possible person. Emmerich's journey would soon bring him face to face with the gloaming lantern.
Concern. The way the Varric is telling parts of this story, like this, actually is what has me concerned. I don't know, something about the pacing of it. We're building up to something. Some things,
A third
maybe.
edition of the Unnameable Elements? I didn't even know it had editions.
Oh, it's much improved with the index. Please, borrow it if you'd like.
I'd love to. Oh, Rook, you probably wanted to say hi. Thanks, Professor.
You look moved in.
Just a few essentials. Manfred was a great help with the boxes. What a fascinating place this lighthouse is. What do you make of it?
It's great. Big, mysterious, lots of art. Everyone's got their own room.
It'd be easy to fall in love with such a place.
I think Balara has.
She's been quite welcoming. However, I noticed a few of the others taken aback by Manfred, and I overheard remarks about my skulls.
Well, yeah.
My necromancy won't cause any undue worry, will it?
We're still getting used to one another.
True. And yet...
Give it time. We'll settle in.
Please excuse me. Manfred and I should finish our inventory. Thank you for stopping by.
As this group comes together more and more, it's like I've been trying to decide if they feel like a found family, like coworkers. They definitely feel like coworkers, which I think they're supposed to. But you know, as we go, I mean, that's what they are right now. We're not a team yet. We're a team, but we're not a team. Nobody has said the words Veilguard yet. We're a network right now. That's really what we are. We're a network of people from different backgrounds, using all of our different expertise to try to solve this problem, or at least see what the hell we can even start to do about it with each other. So yeah, not quite a team yet, but we'll get there.
By the way, Rook, before I left, Myrna and Veilguard asked if we could assist with an outbreak of hauntings across Thedas. They also mentioned displaced wisps in the necropolis. I'm not sure what's frightened them, but it bears investigation.
Hauntings and scared wisps? Let's look into it.
Thank you. We'll depart for the necropolis whenever you're ready.
Actually, what we're gonna do is recruit our final companion.
You're up late?
You're awake to notice.
Can't sleep? I know. I'm awake to ask.
I sleep when I can get it. And this place, it's too quiet for that.
Have you tried tea?
You think that works?
It does if you believe. Okay, what works then? How do you sleep?
I don't know. Chase the right bastard through the wrong ritual? It'll knock you right out. Of course, you might wake up with a new accessory.
Really? You woke up and...
Just like that.
Huh. Wow.
There was a bit more in the middle. The ritual did a number.
And now?
It's not what keeps me up at night. It's not the quiet. I never could sleep once work gets in my head. But what's got you up at night?
When I close my eyes, I see everything the gods have done, but not what I should do next. I don't know what's going to happen.
You and me both. Restlessness catches. Get one person in a room nervous, the whole place twitches. One person can't sleep. It's only getting later. Get out while you can.
A late night won't kill me.
Say that again in the morning.
Ugh, early mornings. Now those might kill me. Hey, Hassan.
Hi, baby boy. Yes. Who's the best boy?
Rook, I was thinking of taking Hassan for a walk. He could use the exercise. Chance to stretch his wings. Thought you'd like to come along.
Sure. This is so beautiful.
Did I see you writing a message to the Inquisition? What's that about?
You know, Varric and I were part of the Inquisition, right? I'm trying to get news about the South. But Charter hasn't replied to any of my messages. I'm trying not to worry about what's happening there, but...
I hope they're okay.
No, it's probably fine. Charter's just busy. She's always busy.
Charter? Who's that?
She's the Inquisition's spy master. Well, no. I guess now that the Inquisition answers to the Chantry, that makes her Divine Victoria's spy master.
I haven't heard much about the Inquisition in years.
Oh, that's intentional. When the breach was open, we needed a large group to stop Southern Thetis from falling into chaos. It's changed in the years since. We're a smaller force working underground to keep an eye on things going on in the world.
Why isn't she here? We could use a hand.
Busy.
Charter entrusted the search for Solus to Varric, to us. The world's large and she's got many things to deal with.
So how long were you with the Inquisition? 10 years?
Something like that. Why?
You must know the Inquisitor.
Well, yeah, we worked together. I wasn't part of the Inquisitor's inner circle.
Close
though.
enough.
I spent more time with the ordinary people, the ones you didn't hear about.
So, tell me about these ordinary Inquisition members I haven't heard about.
The Inquisition hired hundreds, and most of them weren't Magisters or Ben Hasrith or the left hand of the Divine. There were scouts and stable hands, carpenters and cooks and quartermasters, even 2 dedicated pastry chefs.
There better have been.
Most of them volunteered, like me. We wanted to help in whatever small way we could.
I'm sure those pastries were a great help.
My ma likes to say that sometimes the pie is for eating, and sometimes it's for crying into. Doesn't even need to be pie. Rector liked cake, and Faulkner loved soup. But food was always a comfort.
Rector? Faulkner?
Liliana gave all her agents pseudonyms.
Right. Like Charter.
Well, Charter's Charter, but when the other 2 and I were together, we were just Lace, Wilbur, and Katya.
But you did know people from the Inquisitor's inner circle, didn't you?
Of course.
I knew them, sure, but those early days, all I wanted was to prove myself and not get in anyone's way. Some of them were more approachable than others. Sarah was a puppy with a new toy. 100 new toys. Fun, if you can handle the mess. She was really the only one who could make Rainier, well, Blackwall then, let down his guard. Otherwise, he kept to himself and stuck to the stables. We'd talk when I visited the horses. And there was Cole, of course.
The spirit boy?
Yep. I was just sitting on the walls one day, and he asked if he could join my game.
Like a card game?
Nah, just good old people watching. Must have seemed like a game to him somehow. We'd pick strangers out of the crowd and try to say something about them. Like, ooh, she heard the joke yesterday and she's still trying not to laugh. Or one of Cole's. His eyes remind her of the ones beneath her bed.
Who stores eyes under their bed? I'm partial to a nice wall display myself.
Well, that's one interpretation that never occurred to me. Thanks.
You're welcome. Wasn't Cole an empath? He must have been great at this game.
Aha, but the rule was you couldn't say anything you actually knew. He got it in the end. I think.
So you didn't ask him if you guessed right?
Well, being right wasn't the point. Making a habit of seeing people was. I think he liked that. It's why you don't miss.
And the Inquisitor's advisors? What about them?
What about him?
Of all of them, I'd say Josephine is my favorite.
Where is she?
She's lovely.
Where is
She
she?
still sends me a box of handmade sweets from Val Royeaux every year on my
She's
name
in
day.
Val Royeaux,
Cullen and I
not
got along too,
Antiva?
but he was always busy. He would have bad days from lyrium withdrawal sometimes. And I would share the tea that my ma sent.
Yeah, and if he
He'd
stays
go
on
for
lyrium,
nothing, too.
Scout Harding apparently
Maybe
kills him.
It reminded him of home.
What about Liliana? I heard she's intense.
I think she likes to cultivate that reputation. She's not nearly as terrifying
I don't
as she
know, I'm
sounds.
scared of her.
I passed her in the Great Hall one day, and she suddenly turned and asked me if I wanted a nug.
What, like for lunch?
Oh,
If
no.
I had a cover for every time someone's asked me if I eat nug.
Liliana wouldn't joke like that. No, she just bred them as pets.
So did you take the nug?
No! What am I gonna do with a nug? Do not say eat it.
Do you miss it? The Inquisition, I mean.
It's hard to miss an organization. They're only as good as their people, don't you think? But I do miss my friends. We write each other, but it's not the same. And the Inquisition is different from what we've built here. Not better or worse, just different. It's special when you're among people working toward the same goal.
Not everyone. There was Solus. What did
Well-
you really think of him back then?
Lonely. He always seemed lonely. It's hard not to be when you hold yourself above everyone else.
He might be lonely, but I doubt he cares. He's single-minded. Nothing
Whoa.
else matters besides his crusade.
Because it's the only thing he's had. My ma used to say, a caged dog forgets there's grass outside. Anyway, I'm sure something out there's on fire, and here I am rambling about the past. I should let you go. Talk later?
The elf fruit's a nice touch.
Hey. And gold in the other. Who are you?
Call me Rook. Lord of Fortune, like you. Tosh, right?
Yeah. You're with the Lords. Why don't I know you?
I had to make myself scarce after things got dicey.
It's the Lords. Things are always dicey.
Isabella also said she'd kick my ass from here to Antiva if I didn't leave town for a bit.
You know Isabella? Okay, let's get to work.
Great. What are we doing?
The Lords want to hit a cave on the coastal cliffs. Big Vincimer makes her lair there. We get her out, the Lords get in, we go home and get drunk. Might be more on Tom. Don't get in my way.
For gold and glory. So, what's the plan, exactly?
We need to lure the Vincimer out of her lair. I set bait, she comes out to eat. My partners loot the lair while she's out here. We'll find the bait on the beach.
You said the dragon we're dealing with was a Vincimer?
Yeah, blue with a yellow belly. Breathes lightning.
Lightning? Well, that's dramatic.
We're not fighting her. Lords just want the horde in her lair. On Tom ahead. Be ready. They go hard. Watch yourself. They have gatlock cannons. Shit! This is not your land!
Son.
me.
I've got the setup, you do the rest.
So you got no problem fighting other Kunari?
I'm from Mervain. Not like I follow the Qun.
You've got the arm ropes.
Why is everyone
Sure.
so ignorant
I wear a lot of stuff.
against
You
Kunari?
don't get to tell me who I am. Doesn't matter anyway. The Anton don't follow the Qun either. Not anymore.
The job with us. What made you want to take it?
I don't.
I thought you wanted us here to help you.
No.
Oh, well, sorry. Too late.
We're not fighting the dragon?
No. Vincimers eat big game. Usually sea life. They're not hostile unless you do something stupid.
Like poke around in its lair?
Right. So we lure her out, then the lords go in and grab anything shiny.
But you do kill dragons, right? You're a dragon hunter.
I kill them when they need killing. This one doesn't. All right, beach is up ahead.
Right. You said we'd find bait here?
Bait'll find us. Come on.
Nah. Deep stalkers, watch out!
Knew they'd find us.
So the deep stalkers are the bait.
Yup.
If that's what works. Behind you!
Quite a few of them. Dragons have big stomachs.
Well, they want to save these, right?
Is it just me, or is that one meaner than the rest?
That's their pack leader. Take her down.
Jagia. Jaggy and Jagia.
Your hits! Finale moves yours.
Jesus. This is the toughest deep stalker I've ever seen. Maybe we should be exploding it. This is gonna be tougher than the dragon. Fuck. Oh, thanks.
Now it's your turn.
I think that's the last of them. Now what?
Now I get the fire going and make our dragon dinner. Good. She'll like it. And this potion will put her to sleep for a few hours. But we gotta get her attention. Use the horn up there. Come on, she'll be here soon.
So we held up our end of the bargain?
You did okay. So, what do y'all do?
Right now, we're trying to take down evil god monsters and their blighted dragons.
What? That can't be right. Dragons don't get blighted. They're smart enough to avoid that crap.
However it's happening, the gods are using the blight to force dragons to attack people.
That's messed up. Somebody needs to stop them.
We're trying. This is why you want to join us. Oh.
There you go. A toss curry.
Where are we headed?
That old Grey Warden fort. Anton might be there. I want to see what they're doing. If it's anything the Lords of Fortune need to worry about.
She responds to people blowing a horn.
This time.
You've left food for her before.
Took a while to get her used to it.
It sounds like you've got her trained.
You train a dog. You reach an understanding with a dragon.
Sounds right.
Vinsomers are clumsy on land. Better in the water. They cut the surface like a knife.
They swim?
They dive down after prey like a giant bird. Sometimes they stun schools of fish with their lightning. Gulp them all down in a single bite.
Okay, I like her. Like, damn. Studying dragons and shit. Okay. This would be so hard to climb.
Close?
Letting us know she sees us. Might also be her way of saying thanks for the food.
Someone put a lot of work into these fortifications. Why'd they leave?
This used to be a big Grey Warden outpost. They left after the Darkspawn stopped coming.
I don't know what to do with those. Dude, I have no idea. Probably be able to come back here, right?
So the Antam are here.
Let's check inside the fort. I want to see what they're doing. Shit. More on top. Not even supposed to be here.
Fuck you!
Got us at range.
Dude, fuck off. This is not gonna go well. It can't.
Weak dust people? I'll show you weak dust people! Come on, let's keep looking.
Well, that's done.
So the Antam took over the outpost after the Grey Wardens abandoned it?
Yeah. Ravane and the Canary were at peace forever. Then the Antam broke away from the Qun and invaded. But Canary builders are part of a different caste. They didn't break away. So the Antam take over old forts like this instead of building their own.
Aha, finally in my proper gear. Instructions are unchanged. Use the nets to bring the dragon down, bring the dragon from the sky, and grapples to tie it down.
Grapples, nets. The Antam are going after the Vinsimer.
But the dragon can handle that.
Not after I drugged her. Come on.
Yeah.
They've been watching. They knew I drug her to make her sleep. Assholes!
But why would they drug her? Or why would they want to kill her or capture her? Like... I'm gonna just throw that guy down that way. Okay, I don't like this music. What is this music?
things ready.
Fucking armor. Bullshit. Probably making Patch's job harder by continuing to do that.
Got through that.
What the hell is this music?
They haven't seen us yet. We can run.
Hey!
I brought her
Assholes.
down. She's mine by right.
Makara.
Mara Namra Benari Bala. Atash Martarost, Asitarala. Kuto.
Okay, yeah, so she can't just breathe fire. Alright.
Tarala. Come on!
I want her on my team. Get wrecked. I'm on fire. Can I not die? Can we do that? That's not health.
I've got the setup, you do the rest.
Guys, I'm gonna die.
Brooke takes credit there.
fire.
Yeah?
Can't say I was expecting that.
Were we supposed to know this? Because I don't remember you mentioning it.
We can talk later.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready. I'll burn the chains off the dragon.
What'll she think of us when we free her?
Hopefully she'll just fly off.
Hopefully. Should I cross my fingers?
Well, what about the job for the Lords of Fortune? I guess that's already done.
As one dragon flew off, now safe to finish its nap, uninterrupted, another was about to wake up. The surviving Antam poachers carried news of a fire-breathing Kunari back to their leader. Tosh and the team would soon find themselves being hunted by the Dragon King.
Okay, that was like weirdly specific. Do I need to know all those details?
Wonderfully done, Tosh. While you played with the big scary dragon, we looted the shiny
Look at
stuff
her.
from her cave. And you managed it despite this former crew member tripping you up the whole time.
What can I say, Isabella? I learned from the best.
I did tell Varric not to go easy on you.
What did you find in the cave?
A lot of dragon shit, gold, some fancy trinkets, and this.
How much could you get for something like that?
Or just,
A
what
fair
is
bit
it?
of gold if you're lucky. Maybe a war if you're not.
But this piece is not for sale. The Lords of Fortune retrieved it at my request.
Rook, this is Shathan. She's our expert on Kunari artifacts.
This piece predates the Steel Age by centuries. It comes from an earlier attempt at settlement. One that left no survivors. You used your fire.
What? No.
Were you seen by the Antam? You promised you would be careful, Evatosh. You need to be away for a while. It is good you are joining Rook's team.
Is that your mom?
What?
Wait, were you not aware of this? Our contact here said you'd agreed to join us.
Didn't Shathan... I thought you and your mother had agreed on this.
Nope.
Whoops. Well, you'll work it out. You always do. For gold and glory, Tosh. You're welcome back whenever. Rook, wipe your boots next time.
Mother.
Miss you, Queen.
What did you do?
I thought you would enjoy the chance to work with Rook's team. Do you not wish to stop these blighted dragons?
She does.
Of course I do. I might have decided to join on my own. Maybe after you talked to me.
I talked to you about not using your fire in front of the Antam.
They're still such a teenager.
I will prepare potions for you to take. Would you prefer ginger or lavender?
The ginger.
Hassam Vinek. Rook, you will keep her safe.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Her face.
She strong-armed you onto the team just like that, huh?
Looks like.
Anyway, welcome to the team. Might not be what you wanted, but we could really use the help.
I'll get my stuff. Hey. It is.
Sorry?
Joining your team. It is what I wanted.
All right, great.
Glad to hear it.
Full party. Although Lucanus is sulking off in Treviso still.
The Antom hate magic.
Or is he here? Is
They
everyone
always
here?
talk about how much better Kunari are than everyone else. Now they worship elven gods for power? Hypocrites. But it explains why they pushed so hard into Ravain.
With this, Demeter's Crossing and the Blighted Dragons, and everything else we're all dealing with, feels like we're at war. A lot of little wars.
They want a war? We'll damn well give them one.
You need an army to fight a war, though. They've got two. The Venatori and Antom wasted no time allying themselves with the gods. Power at any cost.
So how do we fight back then?
We don't have an army, but we do have allies. Like the Veil Jumpers.
After Demeter's Crossing, it's personal for them.
The Shadow Dragons, particularly after we helped save their city.
A debt the Viper will repay soon.
Also, Lady Morrigan requested a meeting at the Cobbled Swan in Minrathous.
Could she have found some trace of the gods?
Probably. Morrigan doesn't visit crowded taverns for fun.
I also heard from Grey Wardens out in the Hossberg wetlands, Antoine and Evka. Something strange is happening with the Blight there. I bet it involves the gods.
Any details on the Blight in the wetlands?
Antoine said he didn't write it down.
Why not?
Either he didn't trust someone else wouldn't read the note, or he didn't want us to panic.
Oh, whoops, I meant to ask.
Gillenane has laid low since we hurt her dragon, but the Blight spreads rot wherever the gods go.
And no one's better at tracking Blight than Wardens.
Morrigan and those Wardens feel like our best leads on finding the gods.
Are they really gods? Or just ancient mages? It's not clear.
They're gods. In their power and wrath, at least.
Good to see you.
Lucanus, you're back.
I am.
Couple new people have joined the team since you've been gone. This is Professor Emmerich Volkaren. He's our fate expert. And Tosh, our dragon hunter.
Hey.
Charmed.
Right. Not everyone has met.
So, a dragon hunter. Treviso could have used you.
What's happening there?
It's just... people blame you for what happened to Treviso, Rook. But they did not have to make that choice, knowing what the gods are capable of. There was no recall.
I'm glad he can say that.
It changes things. How could it not?
But you're back with us.
Yes, here to stay.
Yeah, I'm glad he's not taking it, like, personally, you know, like, how could you? Like, he understands it's an impossible call. But it still hurts.
Good to have you back, whatever the circumstances. Everyone needs to be a part of this. That's the only way we'll win.
After what they did to Treviso, I want these gods to fall. I don't see anyone else with a better chance than you. My blade's yours, until the end.
Great. Let's follow up on some leads.
I'll let Lady Morrigan know we're ready to meet.
I'll send word to Antoine and Evka. They're holed up in a town called Lavendel.
Everyone else should rest up. Be ready to move when I call.
It's everyone. Well, Manfred's not there.
Is it, kid?
What do you mean?
Making the big choices, then living with the consequences.
If I don't make the tough decisions, no one else will. So I live with the consequences.
And you don't blame anyone else for them. That's why I recruited you. Anyway, you've got a meeting with Morrigan to attend, and dealing with whatever the Wardens found. All this chatting has taken it out of me. Think I'll rest for a bit. Good work, Rook. You'll find your way through this. I know it.
Varric was fucking stabbed with that lyrium dagger. Nothing weird happened to him. I'm kind of worried about him. After experiencing a blighted dragon attack in Treviso, Lucanus is less trusting and more self-reliant. His damaging abilities are increased, but he will no longer use supportive abilities, and relationship progress is slowed. Holy shit. You have to do this to either Lucanus or Nev right at the fucking beginning of the game? Was there a way to not have this happen to anybody? Like, geez. Better see if we can talk to anyone. Book club notes. Hold on. Book club notes. Notes for our first book club meeting. You guys, we just fucking met. Well, I guess Emmerich, Bellara, Harding, and Nev. That's a good book club. Hallowed Halls by Marcellus Guy. Notes. Emmerich frustrated that book was not accurate about how undead actually work. Agreed that the romance subplot had the pleasing air of a classic tragedy. Nev pretty sure the book was based on one of her old cases. Refused to elaborate further on romance subplot. Harding felt it was too long and lacked excitement. Kept scowling and asking where's the plot. Bellara, me, enjoyed that enemies to lovers featured heavily in story. Found undead a little creepy. Cute. Charter and Manrathus. Charter and Marnus Bow. Okay. Charter in Solus. That's right. There is a town named Solus. Somewhere in Tevinter. It really does appear to be a coincidence that the city shares a name with our mutual acquaintance. Seems like it should have some connection, but no. Had to be sure, though. That's Inquisition, yeah. Letter to Charter. Marius and Tessa. So Charter's hanging out with all the comic book characters. Claudius, a free man. Oh, that was the slave that was with Venatori. Permission granted. You have driven despair from the shrouded halls. It is signed with a complicated, impenetrable signature. Well, at least they write in all caps as well as speaking in all caps. So I really want to go talk to Morrigan, but I'm afraid that, like, I don't want to kick off like a whole thing. I just want to go see what the exposition is for whatever she has to say. You know?
I'm sorry, but I find it completely unnatural.
I don't get why you think cremation's so bad. Everyone outside Navarra burns their dead.
All those lost vessels. Fine mansions reduced to ash. Manfred, for instance. How would his wisp have fared if I hadn't given it a body?
Look, I get this is a cultural difference, but I do not find it dignified to reanimate the dead.
Where or who'd you get his body from?
There was no single donor. The arms were recovered from a charnel pit. The ribs were a gift from a dear friend. And Manfred's wisp picked out his own skull from some donations. That was quite the day. He's been fine company during my necropolis excursions ever since.
What does Manfred understand exactly?
Simple things, but he grows. Spirits of curiosity are voracious learners. The more he experiences, the more sophisticated his conclusions.
So by the end of this, he'll be writing novels, writing a dissertation.
Yep, same to you.
It's just Manfred's way of saying hello. I encountered him as a wisp in the necropolis years ago. A simple spirit, but so curious. He refused to leave my side.
So, you built a skeleton for the spirit to live in?
Spirits are formed from the emotions and desires of people in the mortal realm. Manfred's wisp came from curiosity. It's these spirits which animate the dead. Their drive revives the corpse, yet the corpse colors their actions. Thus, the eternal question, Are undead inhuman spirits puppeting a body, or does some shade of the departed return?
I can't answer that. Can you?
I've come to believe there is a return. I swear I could see it sometimes, Rook. A glint of recognition of something more in the dead.
Hey, that's my sleeve. Are you trying to steal my buttons?
As well as a certain mischievousness. Manfred.
Oh, the staircase is, oh. Huh.
Thank you for all your help arranging things, Manfred. Yes, I'd say this place is quite acceptable now.
Hi.
So, your mom wanted you to lay low, and now you're with us.
And because I wanted to be here.
Then it looks like we pleased everyone. Isn't that novel?
Yep. It's great.
Carving monsters, huh? Didn't figure you for an artist.
Why not?
This? It's by necessity. If you know your enemy, their weak spots, maybe you live another day.
You've got a flair for the dramatic.
Nothing scarier than the real thing.
What will you do with it?
Standard bestiaries are always some mage drawing things they've never seen, taking the piss out of it. They don't understand how when the hunt ends and you come nose to nose with an ogre, someone's going to die. So I'm making the real Monster Hunter manual.
Who are you doing it for?
Balmor, that imbecile interventor, lecturing on things he doesn't know about. And Ludric over in Ravane thinks taking a rock wraith down with a lucky shot makes him a champion.
You'd think he'd know better. It's sculpting toy monsters that makes you a champion.
That's right. He never understood. You're a funny one.
I couldn't help it.
Okay, maybe I'm taking this a little far. But if you say you're an expert, show me some expertise.
I like your passion.
If you're going to do something, be the best at it.
Is that just for work, or...?
In all things.
Noted. So where's the Gloom Howler in all this?
Can't carve it till I know what it is. You want a piece of the Howler boy?
Is he ready?
Was I ready the first time I fought a Hurlock?
Well, you're still alive.
I got my ass handed to me. Broke 4 ribs and cracked my jaw. Then I got back up and drove a blade through its skull. In this line of work, Asan and I are only as strong as the quarry we hunt.
Makes sense. He'll learn to fight by fighting.
I don't know another way. Out there in the world, you sink or swim.
Can a half lion, half eagle swim?
Don't know. Asan?
Which half was that?
Search me. Both halves share the same stomach.
Right. See you around.
Did he carve this? That's pretty impressive. How are you doing, bud? Okay.
Almost. Every time we meet someone, you already know them. Morgan, the Crows, the Wardens, and the Chantry lady with the big hat. Not to mention the Dreadwolf himself.
How is that everyone? You didn't even list 10 people.
It feels like a lot of people.
Okay. Look at that.
Have you heard the rumor about a new Venatori spot somewhere uptown?
I know someone in the area who's keeping watch. Find him in the library. Say you're looking for Ferdinand Genetivi's book on Orlais.
Ferdinand Genet what?
He's a Ferelden scholar, virtually unknown in the north, and no one ever asks about his work.
Oh, a passphrase. Got it.
A Grey Warden? Are you all right?
You're Rook. I'm Vesta.
What happened?
I'm here to help the Shadow Dragons, fighting Darkspawn in the catacombs. There weren't many when we started, but then the others said to run. Get help. We can't leave the Darkspawn if they escape into the city.
Just sit tight. Rana, how are you doing?
I was injured during the dragon attack, but I'm healing well. I don't know where we'd be if the dragon hadn't been driven off. I know you helped with that. Thank you.
Can probably be where Treviso is now.
Too. How could I forget?
Hey, Manfred. How does he work?
I'm sure Emmerich would fill you in if you asked.
Yeah, but he'd add details.
All right, then. The bare-bones answer from the non-necromancer. You get your parts, put the skeleton together, some fancy ritual later, and you've got a wisp inside running the show.
Manfred's a wisp? Like the ones at your desk? You could make a bunch of moving skeletons?
Me? No. Not without some research I don't want to do. Don't worry, those wisps are staying wisps.
Good.
Why did Morgan want to meet in Minrathous? Isn't she helping the Veil Jumpers in Arlathan?
Indeed, but today we have a guest, and he needed the anonymity that only a city provides.
Well, look who it is.
Good to see you, Lace.
Rook, you remember how Varric and I served the Inquisition? Well, this is Inquisitor Trevelyan,
silly face.
the man who led us all.
How many famous people do you know, Harding? Should I expect the Divine to show up?
She does know the Divine.
She also served in the Inquisition, but we didn't talk much.
Don't know who she is, though.
Morgan and Harding have told me about what you've accomplished since taking over for Varric. You've put together an impressive team, and you've got the best chance, maybe the only chance, to stop Elganon and Gillenane.
Confused by his prosthetic. Also, I didn't choose his class.
I won't let you down.
Don't worry about me. Worry about the people you've recruited, and about the people depending on you.
I guess anonymity.
I only sealed the breach because I had people like Cassandra, Liliana, and Cullen with me from the start. Without Dorian's magic and Josephine's diplomacy, we never would have come together to stop Corypheus.
If you're missing an arm, you're pretty
Years
noticeable.
later, I had to turn the Inquisition over to Chantry control. But I never lost the friends who had gotten me through it all. Ultimately, they're the only ones you can really count on. Do right by them and you'll find your way.
We've got the makings of a good team, I think. We'll do our best.
And while you do so, Rook, the Inquisitor will do his best to ensure that the rest of the world remains intact. A daunting prospect, given that most of the South is under siege by Darkspawn.
It's that bad?
What?
If not for the Inquisitor, the South would have collapsed completely. He has not been idle while you assembled your team.
Oh, Jesus.
If the South is in such turmoil, why come up here just to talk? And how did you get here so fast?
Did you think you were the only one to unlock the secrets of the Illuvians?
Morgan helped the Inquisition use the Illuvians to travel.
While I lack the Dreadwolf's vir of us, I may still scurry between the walls of this world to be where I might do the most good. The Inquisitor asked to meet you, and I thought it might help you to meet him.
I thought the gods were mostly active up here. It's really that bad in the south?
Elganon and Gillenane have indeed restricted their activities to the north. But the forces they deployed to the south, the strange new Darkspawn, have spread fear and corruption greater than any blight in history.
Darkspawn have cut through the center of Orlais. Valroyo and Halam Shiral are barely holding out.
This sounds like the war
Ferelden
table
would have
music
fallen already if
from
not for help
Inquisition.
from Orzammar. With Denerim lost, the Fereldans are holding the line at Redcliffe. The Free
Jesus.
Marches have the worst of it. Acting Viscount Aveline Valen led the evacuation of Kirkwall. She's taking her
Oh my
people and
God.
what's left of her army to help Prince Vale keep Starkhaven.
Maker, we didn't know. My mom.
Don't worry. I talked to the Divine and your mother's safe with the Inquisition.
Thank you.
The Inquisition might just be an arm of the Chantry now, but we've still done our part to get people to fight this threat together. Again, the South is my problem, not yours, Rook. You stop the gods, and I'll make sure the rest of Thedas doesn't fall to the Blight.
Just thinking about my canon Inquisitor. Like, I just wanted her to retire. Her and Cullen were just gonna retire. Forever. This guy, though, I'm fine if he needs to go to work. Well, we talked about how we needed an army.
I've been having trouble getting people in authority to listen to us. If you help with some of your political strength...
My political strength? Tevinter hates me. The Venatori help make sure of that. And while I have a few friends in the Wardens, their leadership hasn't much cared for me since we clashed at Adamant Fortress.
The Inquisitor did not come all this way to leave you with empty words, however. He
Oh,
brought
yeah.
something no one else could.
A wolf statuette. We've found others like it in the crossroads. Where'd you find yours?
I found it right around the time Solus's ritual failed, when he was pulled into the Fade. We've examined the magic, and it's tied to the Veil. To him, somehow.
Solus is ancient, and his magic is part of him in a way far beyond that of mortals. I suggest you take it to the crossroads and see if something in the lighthouse calls to it. Perhaps it will yield some insight into your new ally.
Solus is trapped in the Fade. He's not my biggest concern at the moment.
Solus is trapped in your dreams, and while he cannot match Elganon or Gillenane in strength, he is far more cunning. He is the Dreadwolf. He led a rebellion that lasted centuries. How many times do you think the gods thought him trapped and helpless?
Morrigan is right. Solus is dangerous. Anything that gives us some insight into his plans. He fooled us all before, and the whole world very nearly paid the price for it.
We should go, Inquisitor. The armies in the south need you.
Right. Harding, stay sharp. You're my eyes in the north.
Always, Inquisitor.
Rook, good luck. If I come across anything else that can help, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you.
Manfred gets a monthly stipend? Huh. He's capable of making small purchases. A letter to Dorian. Thanks for the book recommendations. I can use something to take my mind off things. The end of the Inquisition left the Divine with a pretty big army and nobody to fight. Choir boy up in Starkhaven keeps trying to persuade her to call an exalted march against Solus. Sebastian always was good for a laugh. Of course, the city-states of the Free Marches all hate each other, and half of them are trying to get the Chantry to back their long-standing grudge against the other half, and everyone's nervous. I don't envy the Divine, or what's left of the Inquisition trying to keep the peace. Give May my love, would you? It'll be a while before I can make a trip to Minrathous again, and she's the only family I've got left that I'm still speaking to. We've made contact with the Inquisitor. Okay.
Usually have to dodge traps and fight spiders to see this much old elven stuff. Talk to Isabella if you want to sell any of it. She'll get you a good deal.
For gold and glory.
Right. You were one of us. How'd you end up here?
I upset the wrong nobles in Ravane.
Ugh, those assholes.
That's what I said when I kept one of them from running off with a dangerous artifact. Isabella sent me with Varric until things cooled down.
Ugh, politics. The lords don't take me on political jobs.
Lucky you.
Traps and dragons. That's what I'm good with. Traps and dragons are simple.
We didn't have a dragon hunter when I was with the lords. Why do they care about dragons now?
Lots of great old crap ends up in dragon hordes.
Why do dragons care about gathering treasure? It's not like they go to the market.
Dragons like metals and gems. Anything glittery catches their eye.
So they're like really large magpies.
Kinda. And they live for centuries. Lots of time to gather a bunch of shiny crap. Plus all the gear carried by idiots who thought they could kill a dragon.
What's the most interesting trap you've run into?
Old elven armory. Had letters on tiles. Probably supposed to spell out the name of a god or something.
My god, the height difference.
Probably. I don't read elven. Found handholds in the ceiling and swung across.
That sounds more like a puzzle than a trap.
Ugh, puzzles.
But puzzles give you a chance to test your wits, to prove you're smart enough to beat whoever designed it.
Ugh.
I ran into one while traveling with Varric. It had these 3 poles with sets of different size rings on 2 of the poles.
Ugh.
And you had to move the rings over to the 3rd pole, and the rings had to be sized right and crap?
Yes. You've seen it?
That thing is Vashadon.
These days, everything is elven gods this and blight that. Give me a stolen idol in a trap-filled dungeon any day.
Hey, we're not thieves. We don't steal.
Barv's team literally stole the big prize sword from the Grand Tourney of Starkhaven.
Starkhaven's full of assholes. It doesn't count as stealing from them. You don't screw over anyone who can't afford it.
If Lords of Fortune ever get a coat of arms, we should print that on the bottom in Old Tavine.
My mother works with them. That's how I met the lords in the first place.
I don't remember meeting your mother when I ran with the lords. What does she do? Appraisals?
Yeah. She tells them how rare something is, how much it might be worth. Also tells them if they found something cultural.
Cultural?
You know, important. Stuff you don't want going to some rich noble's collection. The lords send that stuff back to the Canary in Parvalin. They pay the lords a finder's fee.
They've put a lot of thought into it. Probably more than I did when I collected relics.
Just thinking about the gold?
And the glory, too. Can't forget the glory. Though if I defeat these gods, I'll have cornered the market there.
The lords are good people. They helped my mother when she came here from Kontar. She got here with nothing but me and the clothes on her back. The only skill she had was Canary history. The lords gave her work.
When I left, Ravane was trying to figure out whether to arrest us or ignore us. How do they feel these days?
They were angry for a while. Then the Antom invaded.
Alright, I guess I'll just leave you here. A treasure hunter, with all the priceless artifacts.
Okay, I was gonna go back to Ravane later. Got a thing to do for my mother. You can come along, if you want.
Do I need to be ready for combat? Or traps?
Nah.
Alright, just let me know when.
You cannot do this, Algernon. You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Our people need our leadership. If you're unwilling, leave.
Wait, who's that?
Our people must rebuild, and we must help unite them.
So, we did not fight for freedom, but to conquer this land and our own.
We fought to win, and now the Evenuris are as gods. I do not answer to Mythal's annoying lapdog.
The people are afraid. They must believe in something.
They need strength.
And wisdom.
They need gods who can protect them.
We are not gods. You will learn that.
Every lapdog hides a wolf inside.
That was strange. They were speaking Elven, but I understood it.
They were?
I believe we have experienced a memory in each of our native languages.
Not just any memory. One of the Dread Wolves.
And the mages who declared themselves my gods. Well, mine and Davrin's.
Anyone see anything in that memory we can use?
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
And Mythal,
There's
what?
another moving part in this. Mythal. She was keeping the peace.
Mythal and Solus were close. The Inquisition found a temple to Mythal, and there were wolf statues everywhere.
Then she sides with Elgranon over him. A betrayal.
I am confused by that.
It sounded like Solus was loyal to Mythal. What did Elgranon call him? Mythal's lapdog?
Why would she disapprove of that?
She grabs power alongside Elgranon instead of standing for her principles. I'd be angry too.
Angry enough to start a rebellion?
That's not how he'd see it. He didn't destroy the world. Elgranon did. Solus did what he considered necessary to stop him.
Solus would try to justify what he did, but he'd also blame himself for what happened.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
His regrets. That means they're a way to learn his weak points.
Why are we worried about Solus? He's trapped.
He won't be forever.
But the Dread Wolf was the god of trickery. He's looking for a way out. Bet on it.
Meanwhile, keep your eyes open in the crossroads. If there's a way to restore the rest of these murals, Solus would have kept it in his hideaway. It'd be nice to get inside his head for a change.
And break. Huh. I wonder, though, if it being a memory means that it could be flawed. I've been wondering about these. I don't even know what I'm gonna do next time. I'll have to think about it.